What is shaking, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Meandering Outdoors. We're getting off on a overnight backpacking trip, just about to the trailhead now. Going to be a really nice hike though. The wildflowers are just incredible right now. And this is just the beginning part. I'm sure once we get out here it'll get even prettier. We're heading out, as you saw there, around Lake Trail. I've done this trailhead numerous times. So if you've not been here before and you want to see some of this area, I'll put links down below, and it shows the whole kind of eastern side of this area, which we're going to be heading out to the western side today. Go out and check out a couple of lakes I haven't been to yet. I've hiked past them numerous times. I just not stopped and stayed there. So we're gonna cruise out there and camp out next to Spencer Lakes, I believe is what they're called. These two little alpine lakes, I think about 5 miles or so out the direction we're going. We'll be on the PCT for maybe 2 or 3 miles before we cut back off. So like I said, if you want to see more of this hike, you can check those links below and go check some of my past videos out that highlight a lot of the Lost Sierra. This is one of my favorite places. It's getting a little more popular, but you can still get out here and explore around and not come around a whole bunch of people if you hit it at the right times. So right now I'm just gonna get to stepping, since most of y'all have already seen this section, and get out to some new and unexplored territory. Just an absolutely beautiful morning. Kind of glad I ended up getting delayed a day. I don't know if you caught that. I put a short up the other day. We had a fire break out right down the bottom of the river canyon, like maybe as the crow flies 3 miles away. And the helicopters, or hummingbirds as I call them, were dipping in and out of the lake that I live by. I'll throw some clips in now if you haven't seen that. You can see the spotter plane up there. Coming back in and do another dip. Yeah, it was pretty exciting, so I decided to hang out for a day, watch that. Everything ended up all good. They got on it quick and ran those helicopters on it for, oh, I don't know, I think it was like 9.5 hours before they ended up taking a break, and they called in some night helicopters and kept the ground ops down there. And it ended up being all good. I wanted to hang out though, just because you just never know what those things are gonna do, and it was trying to take off on them, and if the wind shifted, it would have blown that fire right back on top of us. We've had it happen before in the past. We've been evacuated a couple times, so we're used to it. We've got our routine down. Still not very fun. We had a little like system come through. It was actually really weird because it was super hot, and out of nowhere just got like completely overcast. And apparently there were some lightning strike fires that started up here in the high country. Nothing too big close to us, but not too far from here. Probably about 15-20 miles northeast, there's a pretty good one that's jumped up to, I think it's like at 16 or 17,000 acres now. No bueno. And from that silly short that I threw out there, I wasn't sure I was even gonna put it on the YouTube channel, but I figured, why not? Kind of give you guys a little bit of an update and whatnot, but we got a few new subscribers out of that, and I just want to welcome y'all and thank you for joining us and coming along on these adventures. Really glad to have you folks with us. Hope you come along for many further journeys to come. Appreciate you. Y'all even went back and watched a couple of my most recent episodes. So grateful. Thank you so much. It was mild winter we had, and late rains sure made for a really, really nice bloom of wildflowers this year. They're just everywhere. It's awesome. Makes for quite a bit of water resources still too. Still a lot of these drainages got a little water in them flowing, so that makes it nice, especially because it's supposed to be pretty hot. We've had our first, well, not first, but kind of real heat the last few days. It's gonna cool down again, but I think today's supposed to be like 85 to 88 up here, something like that. So it's triple digits scorcher down the hill, but good thing we don't live all the way down there. We live in the happy medium spot, and we can come up here to the high country and cool off and get in some packing finally. I've been itching, it's been too long. I've been getting off on the day hikes, and a couple overnighters in the van and mini, but that's about it. It's nice to be hitting the trail. I think I'm gonna be hitting the PCT here pretty soon too, within the next month. Do just a little like 35-mile stretch. I have a buddy of mine that may come along with me, so that'll be exciting. I think we're just gonna head from I-80 up to Sierra City, up in that neck of the woods. And we should be able to get a hitch or a ride or something out of there, so that'll be coming up pretty soon. up in this first rocky incline and exposed area. We get to the top up here, stop for a little break and hydrate a little bit. There's a bunch of old metal trash and stuff back from the mining days down in here. Not sure what they would have had going on right in this section here. I'm not sure if there was any kind of actual workings or maybe just some prospecting pits around in here, because I've never really found any other trash other than a bunch of just trash, a bunch of tin. That and this old remnants of probably some old miner's little cabin right here. Heck of a view he had though. There's the rest of the old cabin and stuff there. What we just looked at was just the roof. Got blown off over there. Got some cables and whatnot over here on this other lake. We got some info up here. Let's go see what it says. Round Lake Mine, the gold mine, part of the Johnsville mining district, initially prospected during the gold rush but not fully developed till 1914. Stamp mill was built here in 1915 to extract the gold. $100,000 cost for the second stamp mill. Wow, that would have been pricey today. It's all filled in and collapsed. But that would have been the entrance right around in here. And I'm sure for the A-frame, this must have been all metal bracketing and concrete for the overhead. There's a old part of the, that might have been part of the platform to lower ore carts and men down. Got some bunch of remnants of some old stuff down in here. Looks like an old metal lid to a bucket down there. Some pieces of the old narrow gauge. They're all sticking out throughout here. I'm sure to support this roof here. Cool spot to work. Cool spot to be. I was just looking and noticing that there's a couple old barrels, looks like, wedged in the rocks down in there. Oh, figured this would be a good spot to stop in the shade. Put a little element in my water earlier to make sure we stay hydrated, and I drank one last night too. It's already getting toasty. We've been on trail about an hour and a half. Got a little bit of a late start though. We got to the trailhead there. I was by myself, and then this old boy pulled up in his pickup truck to use the restroom there. He's a local up here, lives close by, and got to chatting about the gold mining in this area, and he does some prospecting and such himself. Really nice guy. He ended up inviting me and exchanging numbers and go do a little gold prospecting. So we'll see what comes of that. That could be pretty interesting. The guy definitely knew his stuff, and he said he owns a few mining claims up in the area. So that might be pretty cool. It'll make for some good episodes. kind of meandering around, picking through some of the trash. A bunch of the broken glass. There's some purple in there. There's some green. A bunch of stuff in here. What the heck is that thing? Oh, you know what? Look, this is it's charcoal stick for him to write with. That's pretty sweet. I decided to hop on a little OHV trail, get out in this section out here, check out these views. Nice, epic little spot looking back out in here in the lake's basin. We're gonna keep cruising forward here though, and then we should tie back into the PCT here pretty quick. Doing a little cross country. We hopped off that OHV trail, just walking up this kind of rocky path through the rocks coming up in here. We'll be cresting the ridge here shortly. Well, I just wound my way up the side of that mountain, up through a couple of different drainages there. Ended up popping back out on the PCT here, Pacific Crest Trail. I'm cruising north on it, and it's pretty crazy back here through this forest. Is just quartz laying everywhere, just littered the entire mountain. It's pretty crazy. There's still a little bit, few remnants here and there, not as much as back there. I made it up onto the ridge, and what a view, huh? Got some thunderheads and stuff moving into it. A little breeze up here makes it nice, and when they cover up the sun, it cools off a bit. Definitely appreciated. It was getting toasty there for a minute. All right, we're getting there. There's our destination down there. Not too shabby. And this breeze feels amazing. Shouldn't be too long. But since I'm here on the ridge line up here, I think I'm gonna check to see if I got cell service. It's just about lunchtime. I might give Wifey Pooh a call, see if she's on her lunch break. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Well, didn't have service up there, so I just kept on moseying. We just dumped off the PCT down into the brush. The trail down to the lakes is all overgrown where it ties in. But with a little double check on Onyx, we're good to go, and we're heading down there now through the forest and all these blowdowns. It's like pickup sticks through here. Well, it's not too terribly bad once you get out of the little fir forest right there and figure out where the trail cuts off of the PCT. It's just kind of this rocky drainage that switchbacks down in here. Pretty easy to navigate. It's just finding that cutoff that's a pain. Well, bugger. I've been all over down here trying to get to the lake. It is so overgrown down here. I mean, all this brush and everything. There's the actual lake. I found one little spot that I can get to it finally. And there's an old fire pit and stuff here, and tons of wildflowers, but it's so overgrown. And that right there is about the only patch of dirt. I don't really feel like setting my tent up in all the weeds with all the bugs and everything, so up there is where we're heading back to. I'm gonna eat some lunch. It's 2 o'clock. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna do that and get back here where I can get to the water and filter a little water, and head back up to the top there and make a decision on what I feel like doing. We shall see. Might as well at least get a peek of the lake and get some water to filter while we're here, huh? It is super pretty down here. Wow. Absolutely beautiful. Saw a couple fish jumping earlier. I was sitting there. Oh well, can't win them all. We had a good run where we didn't have too many misadventures. Just the way it goes sometimes. Got my water filtering back there and grubbed down this zesty lemon pasta and beans with tuna real quick. I got a Gatorade like power bar, protein bar thing in there. I'll grub on. I'm so bummed. It's a beautiful spot though. I mean, there are just wildflowers everywhere down here. It's super pretty. So freaking cool. But I guess we'll head up. Looking at the map there, looks like we've got Wade's Lake. It's not too far up over here. I think it's about 2.5 miles, something like that, maybe 3. So it shouldn't be too bad. It's only, like I said, like 2 o'clock, so I've got time. and we plan on staying out here, so we'll go out there, camp there. I've stayed in that spot before, but I'm gonna stuff this down my throat and get this water filled up and make my way over there. I'll catch you guys once I get to that spot for the night. No way. Oh my God. That is absolutely wild. That tree fell right where I camped the last time I was here. Right in that little pad right there. That's gnarly. And there's two more big old dead ones right there. We'll stick away from those. We've got one over here. Man, we're right between the fire pit and that little pad, but I've utilized this one over here before too, and it's all live trees there, and it's got a better view of the ace in the hole, Wade's Lake. I always end up at this place. If things go awry, can always count on coming here and almost always finding this spot to myself. I'm gonna get these shoes off and get my chocolates on and get down here to the water, rinse my face off, cool off. It was toasty coming up out of that hole. I mean, look at that view. And we've got a flower. Look at this. We got flowers in our camp spot. You have to take this one. You always go where the flowers are. Oh, that's better. Got the sandals on now. Let those dogs breathe and check out this view. You guys may recognize that right there. That is the intro to Meandering Outdoors. Get these nasty old socks and liners rinsed out and washed off too. They're not super muddy. It's not chocolate milk status, but they were sweaty. Now, if you're wondering about the sandals, they're Zero shoes. Super comfortable. I love these things. They're like the Chacos, only I think they weigh just over a pound for the pair. Of course, here comes the wind. I was thinking about jumping in. Maybe not. The water's not bad though. Not too bad at all. But yeah, they're super comfy. Better than those ultralight garbage things that a stick will go through. What are those things made out of anyway? Like the old like poster sign type board or something, poster board, something like that. Junk. These things are super durable. Vibram soles too. Not sponsored, just saying, super comfy. And you can pick them up pretty cheap. I got these for like $30 something discount because of discontinued color. I've just been hanging out for a little while, just resting the legs, elevating the feet, getting the blood flow going. Got camp all set up, got the tent pitched. It should do. This wind though. I brought some chicken and rice and mushroom to cook up, but it's so stinking warm still, and with this wind going, I don't think I'm gonna fire up the stove or anything. I've got plenty of snacks and other food. I've got some more of those tuna creation things, so I think I'll just probably grab one of those, snack on some other stuff, sausage sticks and whatnot. Got a couple bags of like peanuts and peanut butter chips or something. I think that's gonna do it for tonight, so thank you all. I'll catch up with you at nighttime when it's time to go to bed. I think I'm just gonna go eat and then crawl in there and hang out for a little bit, get out of this wind for a while. Well, let's go check out this view from the tent, huh? We gotta sneak through my little fortress. Decided to put the door between the two trees so we can get in here. Oh yeah. I'd say that's a pretty good view. Well, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna head down by the lake and eat my dinner. I'll catch up with you guys when it's time to go to bed. All right, folks. Well, it's like 9 o'clock. Ended up having a couple guys show up that were doing a little fishing out there. It was pretty cool. Shot the shit with them for a little bit, but I am whooped and I got a nice full belly, so I'm gonna hit the hay and I will catch you all in the morning. We'll chat about some stuff over some coffee. Good night. Oh, good morning. Oh, chipmunks. Oh, woke me up. It was a good alarm, about 10 to 6 or so. On the dot, actually. I'm gonna get woken up and pack camp away. Get some coffee made and we'll have a little chat by the lake before we head out. Oh. Had to double down on the coffee this morning. Get that cowboy coffee rolling. Get the sleepy out my eyes. really nice night last night. I think it dropped down into the mid 50s with that breeze. That wind calmed down about 8 o'clock. Made it really pleasant. Had a really nice night's sleep. And like I was saying last night, those couple gentlemen rolled in doing some fishing. They must have came in after I walked through. I didn't see any tents over here or anything, so on the way in, they were really cool. From was it Asheville, North Carolina, I think, and the other one's from Eureka, so even further northern California, almost to the Oregon border there. Good guys. We chatted for a little bit, and it's pretty fun watching them fish. They were fly fishing and spin reels. They were pulling out all the gimmicks. No fish though. Kind of crazy too, because there are a lot of fish in here. They're just native, locked in here, so they're smart. I'm sure they've had everything under the sun thrown at them. Plus, there's plenty of food here for them, so artificial bait's probably not going to work too well. I also got to thinking while I was sitting around yesterday, after getting camp set up and everything, about Spencer Lake's not working out and being delayed by a day because of that fire. And sometimes you gotta chalk it up to things happen for a reason. Had I not been delayed because of that fire, I wouldn't have met that gentleman, prospector, miner guy, and gotten an invitation to go searching for some gold up in these here hills. Just kind of goes to show, sometimes when you think life's throwing you a curveball, might actually be throwing you a home run. You just got to keep your eye on the ball, stay focused, keep moving, keep swinging. Did have a doe coming in last night about 10 o'clock. About 9:45, 10 o'clock. Never have any issues here, no bears. It's always the deer. Try to freak you out. It was really curious too. It wanted to hang out. I'm pretty sure when I woke up it was trying to pee by my tent. Ain't having that. Somebody forgot to explain to these deer that no using the restroom within 250, 300 feet of water, and you never go to the bathroom in your camp. What's that old saying? Don't shit in your own backyard. I'm gonna finish this coffee here and grab that pack and head on out. Should be a pretty quick jaunt. Shouldn't take more than a couple hours. Super glad to finally get out here and throw the pack on and cover some ground. It's taken me too long this season. That's life, I suppose. Let's go grab another shot of the lake real quick before we head on out. Alright, folks. I think that's a wrap for this trip. Thanks for coming along, hanging out. You know what time it is. The woods are for meandering. So get out there and go as often as you can. Alright, y'all. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.